and welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Are you over the mud? We're just homesteading with mud these days. I have an important question that I want to answer for a lot of you out there, and that is, what's the scoop on composting your chicken squat? Let's talk. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about what to do with all that chicken compost. Now, if you've been watching recently, I have really been pushing you folks to get in there when the weather breaks just a hair and clean out your chicken coop. Don't let that gunk and junk and funk build up. You will regret it when the weather breaks. And we're getting some of that off and on throughout the winter. Here's what I'm suggesting. Go ahead now and clean out your chicken coop, your chicken area, clean out your area in which they roost, and definitely clean out the nesting boxes, oh my law, and get it out. Now you have two options with this stuff, okay? You can take it directly to an area in which you compost, and you let that sit and cook up and do all the things that it's going to do. If you're like me, however, and you work in an area and live in an area in which you can apply these items in the winter, it's smart to do that, but up to a certain point only by February 1st. And here's why. We typically are coming in and starting to do our heaviest amount of gardening starting around the middle of May, around Mother's Day, okay? So what you need to do first is understand where you live. What is your climate? When do you garden? You've got to understand your timeline and what works for you in terms of composting, gardening, all of that and more. So what we've been doing is we've been cleaning out and we've been putting it flat, straight on the garden. So here's the deal, folks. We are literally right at the tail end of January. I'm not even going to think about gardening at all until May. So for most people, depending on what you're doing, you may garden earlier than that. Some of you may garden later. So here's the deal. We've been scooping the poop straight out. You can tell we're just nothing but a mud pile here, okay? And been putting things on the garden all fall and all winter. Now, what you're going to say is, well, what about next month? What about in the spring? What are you going to do next, Patara? Like I said, this is all about timing and your climate. So what I'm going to do is do one more big scoop and clean out from the barn and from the coop, because I'm trying to stay diligent on keeping things cleaned out in these warm weather breaks. We're going to be 50 degrees again tomorrow. We were down in the teens, now we're back up to 50. And so because I'm trying to really stay up on my cleaning during the winter, that's giving me a great option for my garden, okay? Now, pressing forward as we move into February and March, I won't be dumping on the garden anymore. Now, if you have rabbit or something like that, that's different. We're talking straight chicken squat, okay? Now, I have a compost pile. I use it every single year. So when I'm in the off months, meaning I'm gardening or, things of that nature, I put them over in my compost pile and we simply scoop it out and place it on the garden in the fall. So it's all about timing. So to answer your question, short and sweet, you want to put your chicken squat literally on your garden 4 to 6 months prior to planting. I've pushed the 4 mark. I've never had a problem, but you need to do your homework and do what works best for you. So this is what we're doing. We're going to add some more, and I'm telling you, your garden will benefit. I will tell you that the area that I have treated the most in terms of placing my chicken squat has definitely been somewhere where I have grown corn and places where I have grown Cherokee corn beads. They thrive on this. So you definitely want to make sure that if you're growing these items, you need to study that and really work with the timing on placing this into your garden. See, those girls give you more than just fresh eggs. They give you a bounty. You just got to know how to work with it. Spring can't get here soon enough, y'all. We appreciate you watching here at Appalachia's Homestead. We hope we answer your questions. If you have more, let us know. Tell us what works for you down in the comments. Everybody's different. Every place is different. Evaluate what works for you, your coop, your garden, your girls, and your family, and do that. But always be willing to learn more. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next video.